One, two, three.
Hello everyone, this is Kyle Galaz with Poor2Pro Car Sales Training Podcast. Going to be talking about get respect at your dealership. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to all my listeners out there, all my supporters, all the people that donate, all the people that buy my books. You guys have no idea how awesome it is for me to get responses from you guys and follows on my Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Reddit and Threads and anywhere else on Twitter, X. Thank you guys for all the follows. I really, really appreciate it. You have no idea what it's like for me to get messages from you guys and girls out there saying kind things, kind words, because I'm just like you. I'm trying to go to the next level, and I'm trying to take this podcast to the next level. And the only way this podcast goes to the next level is by you guys and girls sharing it with salespeople out there that you feel aren't getting enough training at their dealership. A lot of dealerships are failing their salespeople and then blaming their salespeople for not selling enough vehicles. This is your opportunity to help those people. So if you know a salesperson or two that don't have proper training, send them this episode, send them the links and help them out. Just like I'm helping you out, help somebody out, pay it forward, and the whole car business will go to the next level by sharing the podcast. So I really appreciate everything you guys do and girls do, and I hope to see you at your dealership soon. I still have the goal of becoming the #1 car sales trainer on the planet, and I will tell myself that, and I will put it out there, and I will say these words so that way people know what I'm trying to do. And the only way I get there is through you girls and guys, you salespeople out there, whether you're in the car business or real estate. I have had messages from people in the real estate, marketing companies, things like that, that say, hey, your podcast has helped me. And I appreciate your guys' all your kind words. So let's get started on this episode. Get respect at your dealership. I want to tell you a little story about when I started at the Ford dealership in Bakersfield. I started in the car business at 20, but I started at this dealership when I was 22, 23 years old. I came out of the gate swinging, selling a bunch of cars. But what happened is I still had the antics of a 22, 23-year-old. And I still like to goof around. I still like to horse around on the golf carts. You know, I wasn't that reliable as far as coming in on time and trying to leave early and calling in sick. You know, I wasn't the most reliable employee, but I had that raw talent. So I kept my job, of course, because I was selling a bunch of cars. But the way the dealership viewed me was not in a high respect quality. It was in a kind of a wild young kid that could sell cars. And as my career went on at the dealership, I'm now 28, 29, 30. They still viewed me as that 22, 23-year-old. By no fault of them, it's all my fault because I acted like that. And once you set a standard for yourself of how you act, sometimes it's hard to shake. Because when I got to that 28, 29, 30-year-old age, of course I was totally different than a 22-year-old. I mean, it's inevitable. You mature. But they didn't see me that way anymore. They saw me as funny Kyle, goofy Kyle. Yeah, he's a talented guy, but he's not using his talents to the best ability because his work ethic is down. So I thought, how can I get respect at this dealership? And this is where I want to help you guys and girls with getting respect at your dealership. I guarantee you, you want to go to the next level of car sales, income, promotion, and respect. Respect is a big part of it. How does your management, how does the owner, how does everyone view you at your dealership? Now, it's easier if you start at a new dealership and you have these traits already. But let's assume you're at a dealership right now, and we'll cover that if you start at a new dealership. But let's assume you're at a dealership right now and you want to get more respect out of where you work. You want to be seen differently. You want to be looked at differently. That's what we're going to cover. First step is, if you want to be looked at differently, then you have to be different. You have to shed the old version of yourself and be different. Act more mature. Act more professional. Be who you want them to see you as. Be that person that you're like, yep, this is how I want them to see me. You have to start acting like that. This takes a little bit longer if you spent a few years at a dealership and they still view you as the young guy or the young girl. It takes a little bit more time for them to see you the way you're seeing yourself. Even the way you're acting now may be different, but they still don't see you like that. It takes time. Now, if you just started at a dealership and it's your first week there, or you're starting tomorrow and you're listening to this, it's so much easier because you can go into that dealership already different in yourself. And they're going to see you how you're presenting yourself from day one. The tougher part is keeping that and not reverting back to your old self, your old fun, goofy self that, you can kind of be taken seriously, but kind of not. So if you're starting at a dealership new, go in there with this new mindset. This is a new me, and I'm going to be different, so I'm looked at different. Okay, now if you've been at the dealership a long time, then let's talk about things that you can do to turn their view on you and get that respect, not only from your dealership, your managers, your owner, your coworkers, but from customers. Okay, so let's go through a list that I have written down. You'll probably think of others, and there is other things to think about when you're trying to change the way people view you. Step one, stop goofing around. When you go into the dealership, don't goof around at the dealership. Do what you're supposed to do. They hired you because of what you said in the interview. You made yourself look like a professional salesperson in that interview. You came in looking sharp. You had cologne on. You had perfume on. Your hair was done. You were shaved. You looked sharp. Your stuff was ironed. That is how they hired you. So why in the world would you act different after that? We put on a show to get hired. We need to keep that look going throughout our careers. So step one is stop goofing around. Go to work. We got to sell cars. We have to make money. We have to keep the dealership healthy. So that way the dealership has money to expand, has money to get inventory, has money to pay for flooring, etc., etc. Stop goofing around. Number two, show up early. Get to work 10 minutes early. Get to work 15 minutes early. I know salespeople that get to work an hour early. Also, leave late. Don't be the sales guy that's always looking to leave 15, 20, 10 minutes early, always chronic. I need to leave. I got to go. Cutting out 5 minutes early. If you want respect, then stay till the manager leaves. How about that? Are we done, boss? Everything done? We all locked up? Let's get out of here. Managers don't hear that very often. Bosses don't hear that very often. If you want to get respect, show up when your managers do and leave when your managers do. Wow, that's a concept, but that's how you get respect. Also, number three, help others. If you have a wide range of knowledge in the car business and you're on that next level, help the new guys out. Managers see these things. Bosses see these things. Owners see these things when you're going out of your way as a commissioned salesperson that's not getting paid to help someone else, but you're helping a new guy figure out the computer system. You're helping the new guy figure out how to find vehicles on your lot. You're helping the new guy find out if there's a deposit or if this vehicle's sold. Those things start adding up as a respect factor because you're acting like a manager, acting like somebody that's on a higher level. So help others. Now, you don't want to spend all day with these people. Yeah, you're going to help them as needed, but you're not the trainer, and you still have to sell cars and get paid. So tactfully help others when you see it. Hey, can I help you jumpstart that car? Sure. Gets you on the lot. You might run into a customer. You just never know. All right, let's move on. Know your product. This is something that I really tried to get a grasp on when I was as a salesperson because I never wanted to get stumped. I always wanted to know my product inside and out. No one's perfect. You're not going to know everything, but you can get darn close. Know your product. And here's where the respect level came in is when we had sales meetings and the managers had, their sales meeting and they're running it and they're asking product questions and salespeople aren't raising their hands because no one really knows their product. The sales manager in the meeting or the general manager asks a question, how much horsepower does the Mustang have? I'm the only one raising my hand, maybe a couple other people. But if you want to get respect at your dealership, know your product. Be invested in your product. Be invested in your dealership. Know what you're selling. And in these sales meetings, you want to know your product for your customers, but if you truly want respect at your dealership and your sales manager needs to know what the horsepower and torque is of a vehicle on your lot for a sales training or a sales meeting, and you're the guy that knows the answer, I promise you your respect levels with them goes up. Here's another thing I always tried to do is I needed to know more than my managers. I needed to know about our CRM system. I wanted to show them, hey, oh no, you click here to do this with the lead. Or, yeah, I know more about the product than my managers. I know how my website works better than the managers. I know how to close better than my managers. If you can start getting to the next level and knowing more, and you're the guy that your managers go to for help, talk about respect. Yeah, go get the sales guy. He knows about how to do this with the internet lead. You know what I mean? You got to really dig deep into your career if you want to get that respect. And knowing more than your managers, knowing more than the brand rep that comes in, that'll get some respect. We had a Alfa Romeo rep come in, and he was talking about the Quadrifoglio Giulia. And I'll never forget this. I'm in a meeting with the rep and my general manager talking about the Quadrifoglio, and the rep goes, yeah, they call it the Giulia QV. I don't know what the V stands for. This is what the rep said. I mean, you kidding me? You're the rep of an Alfa Romeo brand. You don't know what the V stands for on the Q? It's called Quadrifoglio Verde, green four-leaf clover. And my general manager looked at the rep with a look like, that's right, that's my guy. I'll never forget that because I knew more than the rep that was coming in talking about how many orders we need to place, talking about, yeah, the new product coming down the line. He didn't know it because he didn't go farther into learning the Italian language. What does Verde mean on QV? What's the QV stand for? Quadrifoglio Verde. Boom. Get respect. You got to go out there and get respect and earn it. It doesn't come automatically. And if you're goofing around, you don't know your product, you're not helping people, you don't know more than your managers, you don't know how to answer a question in the sales meeting, you're not going to get that respect. Okay, let's move on. Speaking professionally. Don't use acronyms and things like this with your customers. Car sales lingo, the things that we say like you're buried. Try to start using professional verbiages with your managers, with your coworkers, with your customers, especially when it comes to closing deals. Customers don't know all our lingo in the car business. So if you want to gain respect with your managers and your customers, speak to them like they can understand, especially the customer. Okay, look professional. We kind of covered this when you're in your interview. When you went in for your first interview and you had an interview with 2 or 3 people, you looked sharp. I hope you look sharp. Get back to that look. Get back to smelling good at the dealership. Get back to shiny shoes at the dealership. Get back to iron clothes at the dealership. Get back to creases. Look professional. Just because your dealership has a relaxed dress code doesn't mean you have to do it. You can still come in sharp looking, be the sharpest dresser. I'm not talking about being, overly sharp and wearing every piece of jewelry you got and going overboard. You're not wearing a tux, but look professional. That will get respect. Okay, another one. Get good surveys. When you get these surveys for selling a new car and you're getting 10s left and right, that helps the dealership on the back end. But it gets you respect on what you're doing with your customer based on your customer surveys that come in. Man, this guy always gets 100%, 10 out of 10 on his surveys. He always has a good comment on his surveys. How does this guy do that and my other salespeople can't? My other salespeople are getting 7s and 8s, which we all know is a fail. How is this guy or this sales girl always getting 10s? That's how you get respect. Here's another big one. Handle your customer heat. If you got customers that are constantly having problems and you sell them the wrong products and you tell them it has this but it doesn't have that feature, that's when you start getting customer heat. When you're not open and upfront about the used car you're selling them. Oh, it does have a dent. I covered the dent. Now they're calling about the dent. And you tell them, oh, talk to my manager. When your manager gets all this customer heat from just your customers, not everyone else's, that says something. It says you're not being truthful. It says you're not being transparent with your customers about what you're selling them. Or maybe you don't know enough about what you're selling and you're just pretending like you know and you're selling the wrong product to people that have towing capacity needs, have payload capacity needs, have technology needs, and you're saying it does these things, but it doesn't. Handle your customer heat. When a customer calls you with a little bit of a problem, handle it. See if you can handle it with your service department. See if you can handle it with your detail department before it gets to your manager. You want to get respect? Close your deals. Are we training enough every single day to close your own deals? Are you too timid to go out there and do battle with your customers and close the deal? You want to get respect? Start closing them on your first pencil. The next episode I'm going to show some techniques on how to close on the first pencil. It's a KG exclusive. It's something I've been using for years, and we'll talk about that in the next episode. How to close a deal on your first pencil and get the full price and make the commission that you've earned. You can't spend 5 hours with the customer on the car lot negotiating, and then make a mini. No, you need to make a comma. You need to get that $1,000 voucher. Close your deals, get respect. Here's another one. Become the face of your dealership. Here's what I mean by that. If your dealership ever does promotions or ads and they need someone to go on camera, raise your hand and do it. And practice being on camera. Start making reels and videos and promote your dealership. You don't have to wait for a commercial to do a video. Start putting content out there with your face, your name, and your dealership. And guess what's going to happen over time? People are going to start recognizing you. Oh, you're the guy that makes the funny videos. You're the guy that does the promo videos. You're the guy that sells at that dealership. You're the girl that I watch on TikTok. You're the girl that I watch on the sales girl I watch on Instagram. Start doing more of those things, and then you start becoming the face of your dealership, and then you become invaluable to the dealership because you are the celebrity of the dealership. People like buying cars from people they respect, people that they saw on a video, and you're going to find out that it gets easier and easier to close these people because you've already built all that rapport and power before they ever stepped into the dealership. Trust me, become the face of your dealership. Become the go-to guy. When your manager's in trouble and he needs someone to go close because he's too busy, he's working 5 deals, and he needs someone that's strong, hey, get over here. Go help him close a deal. Done. Give me the pencil. Watch this. Become a go-to guy when you get a tough customer. Man, I don't know how to handle this engineer type customer. All right, give me the pencil. I'll go close it. Be the go-to guy for turns. Oh man, I don't know the product. This guy has a lot of product questions. Let me go get this salesperson, which is you. You picked up a half deal. This guy did all the work, getting the customer, test driving the customer. And now the customer has all these questions that he can't answer because he doesn't invest in his career like you do, and you get that turn. That's how you get respect. Become the go-to guy or girl. Another one, learn about all your departments. What is your dealership capable of doing? What do all your departments do? What is the personnel like? Go meet these people and become respected amongst all the departments. Go shake some hands. Go buy a soda for the detail guy. Go buy a snack for the guy that's fixing the car. You have a bind and you need this thing fixed before the customer shows up. Buy him something. Get him a drink. Get him an energy drink or a candy bar, something. And you'll start getting respect amongst the dealership staff, not just the sales and sales managers, but the whole dealership. Don't be a pushover. This is a big one for some salespeople. The dealership sales staff use you all the time, but you're not getting paid for anything. Make sure you're not a pushover. If you want me to get involved with your deal, I'm going to take half. I'm not just here to answer questions and do a walk around for you and then send you on your merry way. Are you turning the customer to me, or do you just need my help? It kind of goes opposite of helping people. Helping people and doing work for people are two different things. If your co-partner needs someone to help jump a car, boom, you don't need a half a deal. But if you're going to do a walk around and tell a customer about the product versus the competition, you tell that salesperson, am I getting half? Are you turning the deal to me? If you're turning the deal to me, then I'll take the customer. You go find another customer because now we're married. Don't be a pushover. You still got to get paid. You need to get paid for your knowledge. There's a reason why we train. There's a reason why we do all this is so we get paid. Let's talk about the next subject. Tell your coworkers, no, I can't goof around. I don't have time to hear about your weekend stories. I got to sell something. You got to be able to say no to distractions at work. And that will actually get you respect because now they see you as a professional. Hey, I don't have time for that. I got to sell some cars. I got to make some phone calls. Even if it's a manager wanting to BS. Hey, I got stuff to do. What do you need? That will get respect. I promise you. Go out there and go to work And be okay with telling people at your dealership, no, I don't have time for that. I got to sell some. I only got 4 more hours to sell a car. It's not, I only have 4 more hours until I'm off, till I get to go home. No, it's, I only have 4 more hours to sell a car. Get out of my way. I don't have time to look at this new game. I don't have time to scroll endlessly through TikTok. I got to sell a car. Be okay with telling people, no, I don't want to be distracted. Keep your inner circle tight at the dealership. Make sure you crowd yourself around people that are like-minded, people that want to go to the next level, people that are okay with role-playing and closing deals, pretend closing deals when it's slow. Hey, you've done all your follow-up. It's 20 minutes till the end of close. I want to role-play. I want to see if I can close this salesperson. Throw some objections at me. Keep that inner circle tight with your managers, with your like-minded salespeople, with people that want to rise to the occasion and go to the next level. These are ways to get respect because you're known as the guy that is, if he's not with the customer, he's still trying to get better. Last one, and of course there's more. I could go on. I probably do an hour of this, but I try to keep these quick and tight for your commute home, at the dealership, on the way to work, whatever you're doing. Focus on the customer. Focus on the customer all day long. Don't focus on dealership politics. Don't focus on, oh, I wish there was more of this. I wish we did barbecues. I wish we did this. Just focus on the customers. When you get to work, everything will fall into place if you focus on the customer only. Of course, you got to focus on deals that are pending and, whatever the case may be. But if you can keep your focus on customers, then all these other things will start lining up throughout the day. You won't have to worry about distractions. You won't have to worry about goofing around. You won't have to worry about leaving early. You won't have to worry about all these little things that can be distractions, because my focus when I go into the dealership is selling a car, focusing on appointments, focusing on customers, furthering a car deal, getting someone approved, finding a different rig to get them approved on, looking at fresh trades, posting on Marketplace. These are all things that can help us sell more cars. But if you want to get respect at your dealership, focus on customers. Don't focus on politics. Don't focus on drama. Don't focus on rumors. Focus on customers, and you will get respect. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. We're going to go over a specific close that I've used for years that gets me full pop. I held the highest gross average in the front end at my dealership every month. I have the records because of this closing technique. I'll see you in the next episode. Kyle Galaz, signing out.